Hey guys, PokeTrips here. Today, I'll be going over the match between the San Antonio Solars and the Arizona Houndooms. It looks like the San Antonio Solars really like to get their matches out of the way early in the week, as we see that they are the first team to play both weeks. So this game was a really interesting one, really weird to see actually. I'm not gonna spoil too much. Let's get right in here. I should probably say this before we start. I'll let them set up the Pokemon. MTY Gray is the San Antonio Solars, Matt Poo of the San Antonio Solars, and Pokehounds is Michael of the Arizona Houndooms. So we see an Aggron lead for the Arizona Houndooms, a Mega Aggron, and a Zapdos lead for Matthew of the San Antonio Solars. We see the U-turn into the Aggron. Out comes Goodra, Matt Poo's reigning MVP from last game, and we see the Metal Sound, which could be very interesting. We see the Heavy Slam, so the Metal Sound really didn't do much. Metal Sound was kind of useless in this situation. We see the Focus Blast come off, 3% on the Aggron, but that Goodra is going to be able to outspeed the Aggron because of the gooey speed drop. That Metal Sound really doesn't make too much sense as... in comes the Alolan Ninetales as Aggron's physical attacker. We see the Freeze Dry going to pick up the kill on the Goodra. We see Alolan Ninetales still putting in work for Michael. Out comes the Empoleon. Now here, Michael goes for Freeze Dry. I guess he thought that his ice wasn't good against Steel. And then we see the Flash Cannon. That completely demolishes Alolan Ninetales. Here, I just want to note that if Michael would have switched out into maybe like Chandelure or something, not even Chandelure, like Vikavolt or Toxapex, one of those two, this game would have been completely different. Because Michael's Alolan Ninetales, from what I've seen and how I've seen Michael battle, Alolan Ninetales is his main mon, his most important Pokemon on his team. Ninetales going down really costs a lot for him. So we see Matt Poo's newly picked up free agent Empoleon putting in work. We see the Chandelure come in. The Fire Blast on the Empoleon, hoping to pick up the neutral damage kill, but instead we see the Hydro Pump killing the Chandelure. That Empoleon really putting in work for Matt Poo. Really good pickup on his part. We see Toxapex come in. We see the Baneful Bunker to try to get more hail damage off on the Empoleon, I assume. The Grass Knot. At this point, it would just be the safe bet to just switch Empoleon out so you could save its KD ratio. But Matt Poo just wants to get off as much damage as possible. I guess I can understand. He dies to the Rocky Helmet. So the Toxapex actually did not get the kill there. Nobody did. Really interesting. In comes the Zapdos on the Toxapex. That's really threatening. We see the Thunderbolt not going to pick up the kill on the Toxapex, and the Toxapex putting the poison on the Zapdos. We see the we see Vikavolt come out here. Good switch on Michael's part. Why do both your names have to start with M? Gorsh. We see the U-turn off of the Zapdos. Probably going to go into Infernape. Does go into Infernape. Pretty safe bet to just Blaze Kick here, as it's probably going to do a lot of damage to Tapu Lele. It's going to kill the weakened... Yeah, it kills Vikavolt, and it would have killed the weakened Toxapex. We see the Tapu Lele come out here. Probably going to kill with a Blaze Kick. I don't know. A crit. I don't know if the crit mattered, but it is what it is. It does kill the Tapu Lele. We see the Toxapex come out here. Infernape going back into the Pokeball. Out comes Togekiss. And the Baneful Bunker for some reason... Oh, trying to poison the... I see, trying to poison it. We see the Extra Sensory come off, killing the Toxapex. And Matt Poo actually coming very close to sweeping Michael. Very surprising in my opinion. But the reason this happened, in my opinion, was because Michael let Alolan Ninetales go in the beginning of the match. That was not smart. Now, Matt Poo could have played smart as well. He could have kept Empoleon for a later matchup, and that would have been better for him. But we did see Michael let go of the Alolan Ninetales early game, which in my opinion that really cost him the game. Or at least in the long run. I don't know if Michael for sure could have won this based on like all of his mons and stuff. I just know he would have came a whole lot closer if he had the Alolan Ninetales. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the game MVP, which was the Infernape actually. Infernape really put in work for Matt Poo. It is now sitting at a 4-1 total, so a +3. This week it had 2 kills, 0 deaths. Last week it had 2 kills, 1 death. So Infernape really put in work for Matt Poo. Really good getting that trade for the Heracross, I believe, last week. Very good on Matt Poo's part. Again, just really good job for Infernape. Really good job for Matt Poo. Matt Poo really just outplayed Michael. Michael shouldn't have sacked off the Alolan Ninetales. But I mean, what are you going to do? It is what it is. Michael's going to move forward. Matt Poo's going to move forward. Matt Poo's now sitting on a 2-0 record. The Solar's sitting on a 2-0 record. And the Houndooms sitting on a 1-1 record. I'm just going to say it, after last week's performance of Michael almost completely sweeping Owen of the Indiana Bruisers, I really expected more from Michael this week than to get almost swept by the Solars. It is what it is. They'll both move on. I expect both of these teams to be playoff teams. We'll see how it goes. But for now, guys, this has been PokeTrips. logging off.